and she's like stepping, chat, and she steps like in a wrong place, and through the fucking floorboards underneath the shop, chat, the sewer people drag her under. They drag, and Spike, he tries to help her. She's like, no, no, and he's just like, shit, and he tries to grab her, chat, and she's just gone. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
John Carpenter's Escape from New York.
Because I'm going to tell you the entire film right now, chat. But before this, we're going to go into some of the nitty-gritty details about the film, chat. Even before it was ever brought to the silver screen, chat, to cinemas in 1981. Now, chat, does anyone know? Got a little trivia question here, chat. Got a little trivia question here. What was John Carpenter's first film? What was the first script he ever put to film, chat? I'm very curious if you guys know the answer. Chris, here's correct. Dark Star, chat. Dark Star, which is a pretty bad sci-fi comedy film. I'm not a big fan of it, chat. I'm not a big fan of it. Had some good ideas in it, but it was not appreciated for good reason when it initially came out, chat, in the 70s. He actually made it as a film student. When he went to film school, chat, that was the first film he did, and critics did not react well to it. Audience didn't react well to it either. But after that experience, chat, Carpenter was kind of resigned to going like, okay, well, if I'm not going to be a filmmaker, I still want to be involved in the filmmaking process. And he started, chat, after Dark Star, he's like, okay, well, I just want to be a writer right now. I'll be a screenwriter. And he started writing a script, chat, like I think in 75 or 76. And this script was Escape from New York, chat. And he was pitching around to everybody, chat, anyone who was interested in a sci-fi action film that took place in a dystopian New York, chat. But no studios were biting for it. No one was interested in it because they thought it was just too dark. You know, New York City during the 70s, chat, was not a very nice place. It was very violent. The crime rate was astronomical, chat. And people were like, we don't want to do those versions, that version, especially even darker version of New York, when New York already is not particularly great in the 1970s. Whoa, Lady Yoli Smitty, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Oh, that's so kind. We'll momentarily pause here just to enjoy Lady Yoli Smitty's incredible generosity. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. Congratulations, Crow, Mauricio, Super Tupac, Kaylee Loki, and Roger Adams. You are now the proud owners of 5 new months along with ad-free viewing. Thank you, Lady Yoli Smitty. Cheers to you. May the wings of liberty and the feather, you're shaking the pillars of heaven as we speak. Thank you so much for the support. That's so kind. That's amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, we were. Yeah, Christian, that's a great way to describe Dark Star. Bargain bin battle beyond the stars. Yeah, the way to describe that. Thank you so much. Well, you guys have been amazing, chat. We've only been streaming for about a little over half an hour. All these subs, all these biddies. Thank you. All these hosts. So kind, chat. Thank you so much. Oh my God, so many new Revenites have joined the ranks, chat. This is good. The army is building. My own Sith Empire. I love it. Thank you, Lady Yoli Smitty. But he was pitching the script to all the studios. None of them were just a chat because it was just too dark. And then John Carpenter worked on a relatively low-budget horror slasher, chat. Originally called, I think it was initially called, chat, the working title was The Babysitter Murders, chat. The Babysitter Murders. But they changed it. They wanted to simplify it, chat. And they changed the title to Halloween. And it was a huge critical, not at first, though. Critics hated it until Roger Ebert said, no, it's actually great. No, critics like, oh, no, it's great. Roger Ebert said it was great, and therefore it's great. But it was a huge critical and commercial success, chat. Popularized the subgenre of the slasher, chat. Established many of the tropes we saw in horror films from the late 70s all the way till now. Chat. So again, another profound work by John Carpenter that he does not get nearly enough credit for, chat. He did that, and after that, chat, he wanted to do some more dramatic works. He did some television films. He worked with an actor, chat, named who was relatively unknown. He was primarily only known for starring in a lot of live-action Disney films, mostly comedies. And this person was Kurt Russell, chap. And he worked with him on a TV film biopic for Elvis, which is actually surprisingly good. Very surprisingly good, chap. It was like a darker take on Elvis, Chad. It dealt with, like, you know, the side of him that the king never wanted to be revealed to the public, Chad. And, you know, he got a lot of clout with Halloween, Chad. Then he moved on to do The Fog, which is also not as big as a critical commercial success as Halloween, but still a success nonetheless, Chad. I like The Fog a lot. It's a fun supernatural film, Chad. Supernatural horror film, Chad, which Carpenter has done quite a few over the years. But after that, because he built so much clout, he reassessed what he originally wrote with Escape from New York and pitched to the studios. And like, well, hey man, you did fucking Halloween, you did The Fog. I mean, your dramatic works on television have been doing pretty well. This was like kind of John Carpenter at the height of his power in Hollywood, where it's like, yes, we absolutely would like to buy your script and let's get this movie ready. Let's film it. And he was given a budget of about $6 million, which I think was the most money he had ever been given for a film. And people forget, like, Halloween. Like, it's like, how was the budget for that? It was $350,000. And it went on to make, $75 million worldwide. It was a huge goddamn success. So he knew how to work with a relatively small budget, Chad. You know, he got a lot of fucking blood from those stones that he worked with. But this is the biggest budget he got, Chad. And because he had such a positive experience working with Kurt Russell on Elvis, Chad, and Kurt Russell was a huge fan of John Carpenter. They had a very similar mindset, Chad, when it came to movies and pushing the genre in different directions. And because Kurt Russell just didn't want to be the live-action Disney guy anymore, 'cause that's what he was, Chad, for Disney. He was the guy you cast because look at that face is. He does, and this is before, Chad, when people were like, no, Kurt Russell's a fucking badass. Like, you take away the long hair, Chad, you make him clean cut, shave him a bit. He has a big, broad smile. That's what people wanted to see in theaters. Kurt Russell's like, I am fucking done with that. Put me in an action film. I can prove myself and give me, like, the darkest shit imaginable to do. And that's the deal with Escape from New York, Chad. It was another critical and commercial success. Made around $25 million in the U.S. Also made quite a bit of change internationally, Chad. But it was another big win for Carpenter. And that's when he was able to greenlight his next big project, Chad, which was an ensemble cast for a sci-fi horror film called The Thing. And now, as we all know, Chat, The Thing is a beloved horror film. Everyone loves it. It's always considered to be one of the best, top 10 at the very least, Chat, of horror films. Certainly the sci-fi body horror subgenre, the body horror subgenre especially. But that film was a commercial and critical flop, and that was kind of the downward, I hate to say downward spiral, but that's when Carpenter started to lose a lot of clout in Hollywood, Chef, because people just didn't understand his visions. They're like, it's not Escape, it's not Halloween, we don't get it. You don't understand. Now these films are beloved, of course, but it's kind of sad. But Escape, Chat, that was like his career high in terms of like, oh, we'll give this guy anything to do, and the studios will all love him for it. Thank you, show, for subscribing. Whoa, for 9 months, you just front pooped out a Twitch baby. What's the Twitch baby's name, show? Before I continue on, chat, we gotta know what the hell this front pooped out Twitch baby's name is now, show. I need to learn it. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Narration, good to see you. Woo-wee. Alex Bernal, good to see you. Welcome. We got a lot of quality people in here, chat. Yes. Yeah, the computer wore tennis shoes. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was known for. Oh, my God. Oh, what's Dark Star about? Oh, Dark Star is basically, it follows this crew of kind of wannabe astronauts, and they encounter an alien on their spaceship. So it's like a parody version before Alien kind of thing. It was a parody of Alien before Alien even came out. It was pretty goddamn goofy. Like the alien was a fucking beach ball. That's what it was. Oh, have you reviewed the Kurt Russell movie Breakdown? I have not, Brando. I have not reviewed that film. I gotta know the name of our Twitch baby. What's it gonna be called? I can't move on until the name has been picked. Can't do it, chat. Can't continue off my Escape from New York review, which is going pretty well so far, I'd say. God, providing you a lot of background information, chat. I know the works of John Carpenter intimately, chat. Intimately. I think you can expect that from someone like me. It's your call. My call. We're going to call him Snake in honor of Snake Plissken, chat. In honor of Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. And show, thank you for generosity and your resubscription Appreciate that. A fellow Revenite indeed. Mr. Yasman decided, did Chris do a reaction? I have not. I will do that after I do my review for Escape from New York. And so, but yeah. So, Kurt Russell, John Carpenter, he went on to do the many great films, chat, that were very misunderstood. The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, of course he did bad movies later in his career, of course, but, some of those, then the 80s, chat, it was the mid to late 80s, was kind of a troubling time for Carpenter. His works would not be appreciated until years later, chat, on VOD, where they were reassessed, and now they're considered to be some of the greatest action and sci-fi films and horror films of all time. It's just like, as always, Chad, John Carpenter was ahead of the game, and just no one gave him credit for it. And people just ripped him off for years. He went to court for people, as I just mentioned before. Luc Besson basically ripped off his whole concept for Escape from Earth. And vaguely, Carpenter and his estate got paid for it. Very good, very good. From a hack like Luc Besson. And, you even have game designers, chat, like I said before, like Hideo Kojima, who was ripping him off. Although paying homage, some people say homage. If you almost took him to court, then that kind of... There's some interesting things right there that need to be, I think, re-examined, chat. But, hey, that's just the way it is. Thankfully, he's getting the respect that he deserves right now, even though it should have been decades ago. But... let's go and talk about the good stuff, chat. Escape from New York. This movie opens up, chat, letting us know in the distant year of 1988, chat. Oh, boy, it's not good in 1988, chat. Crime has gone up 400% in the United States. How's that possible? How can it be above 100? I don't fucking know. But apparently it went up 400%, chat. And the United States government, which is very much this dystopian world, chat, where you have these superpowers. China's now a mega superpower, chat, alongside the Soviet Union, or Russia, chat, and United States. The United States is a very corrupt, chat. It's basically become a fascist police state. Starman, I like Starman a lot, somebody. Starman is very good. Very good film, chat. Fucking Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, chat, was nominated for Best Actor in that film. Very good romantic sci-fi movie. I like that one a lot. The Purge back for our dark side thinking for the 5 minutes, so nothing's changed. Nothing has changed, chat. Carpenter fucking predicted it. He fucking predicted it, chat. He was just a little early for his predictions. Crime has gone up 400%, but the United States, they have initiated, chat, a grand plan. Where? Because of the fact that so many of their Mecca Howard Stern, thank you for the 100 biddies. Appreciate that. I've got 500 bits for you because I just became an uncle. Whoa, Mecca Howard Stern, congratulations. Congratulations. What is your niece or nephew's name, my friend? If you want to share it, is it a niece or is it a nephew? Congratulations. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Very, very kind. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Weird. Oh, Nia Brownie. Nia Brownie's in the chat. Good to see you, Nia Brownie. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Juicy Gang. How you doing? I'm doing fantastic, Nia Brownie. Hard hands. Currently reviewing Escape from New York. Also, congratulating Mecca Howard Stern for the birth of his nephew and or niece. That's awesome, man. No, congratulations. That's really, really cool. But chat. Because the crime has raised 400% in the United States, chat, the United States government, the federal government, chat, which has become quite fascist under the presidency of Donald Pleasance, chat, they've initiated a sweeping reform, chat, that they call it. They say, you know what? Fuck prisons. We're just going to put all the criminals on Manhattan Island, chat, in New York. And we're going to put them there, and we're going to surround it with a fucking mile-high concrete barrier all around the island, chat, all around the bridges, and they can just live there, okay? Yeah, we'll come in there and provide them with food and shit, whatever they need, medical equipment, all that shit, but that's our prison. The prison, chat, is the entire island, the entire fucking city of New York City, chat, and that's not the place you want to go. That's not the place you want to go, chat. You have an option, chat. You can either, there are two options. You can either go to the, it can be even minor offenses, chat, too. Like, yeah, if you murder someone, you're going to the island for the rest of your life. You do, like, minor infractions. They have a zero-tolerance policy on crime, chat. You do anything, you're sent to the fucking island, where you have to scavenge and survive this urban wasteland, chat. You'll be lucky if you die in the first day, because you don't know what you want to see what you're going to turn into by the end of the first week or the first month or the first year or the first decade. Thank you, Dark Side, for the 5 biddies. So they literally turn it into Arkham City, which Arkham City took from John Carpenter. That they paid homage to that. They even referenced Escape from New York in the development for that game. Very cool. They haven't chosen one yet, but I'm going to call him Darkest Night Baby. Yay, because he chose this year to be born. Yeah. 2020 babies, it's true. Well, congratulations on your nephew, Mecha Howard Stern. That's fantastic to hear. Congratulations. Can we get some Mr. Evan Yates, Mr. Evan Hypes in the chat right now from Mecha Howard Stern chat? Cheers, my friend. Cheers and salute. Yes. Ooh. Okay, that's fine. I feel like Disney's Descendants borrowed that idea. For Escape from New York, I'm not familiar with Descendants. Cool. The Island, directed by Michael Bay. No, we're talking about Escape. We're talking about Escape from New York. God damn it. Don't get me thrown off here, Chad. It's like, no, this movie. But anyway, so they've surrounded the island completely, Chad. It's now a maximum security prison. There's no way in, no way out. You sent there, you're not getting out, Chad. You don't want to do. They even get the people the option, Chad. Either you spend the rest of your life, for what, however long you last, on the island, or you can just die. We'll kill you. We'll liquidate you. We will literally shoot you in the face. We'll take you out to the shooting range. We'll put a bullet in your head, and we'll burn your body, and your ashes will just be, thrown into the Hudson. Those are your fucking options. So this is not a great future, Chad. It's very fucking bleak, very fucking grim. Not really all that good. And so we're opening up, Chad, and we're seeing these two poor sons of bitches, Chad. They've managed to make a raft. They managed to make a raft out of what looks like a 2-liter plastic bottles, Chad, and wood and scrap and their own, and glue them together, Chad, to glue these things together. They've managed to scrounge up fucking scotch tape, duct tape, and their own piss and feces, Chad, their own piss and feces, and let that dry over. And they're on this thing. And they're just fucking hoping to swim, Chad, to the outer wall and then the climb. The thing is, though, Chad, you know who fucking runs this goddamn prison, Chad? Warden Lee Van Cleef. And you don't fucking mess with Warden Lee Van Cleef, Chad. He'll give you one warning, but if you disobey that warning, that's your ass, Chad. You get it fucking exploded. And they call him up, and they're telling them, because they have helicopters always on the perimeter, Chad, always checking to see if there's anyone trying to escape the island. And, they say, we got 2 bogeys out here trying to make it to the outer wall. And Lee Van Cleef is like, fire a warning shot and give them 10 seconds. If they don't turn back, that's their ass. As the copter pilot's like, Roger. And he fucking shoots it. He says, turn back to the island. And I'm going to fire a warning shot. Fires a warning shot, Chad. And these guys go, holy shit. And they do attempt to get back to the island, though, Chad. The thing is, they only have 10 seconds. And I'm going to tell you right now, Chad, a raft that is made out of 2-liter Coca-Cola plastic bottles, scotch tape, duct tape, and human feces and piss is going to take a little while to get back to, to Manhattan Island, Chad. And they couldn't do it in 10 seconds. And so they blew them the fuck up, Chad. I think it was less than 10 seconds. Ba-boom! And they're killed, Chad. Eventually, we cut back to the facility, Chat, which is just south. It's like, I guess it might be in New Jersey. That's where the home base is, Chat, like right in New Jersey, right past the Queensboro Bridge. And we're seeing some of the prison buses coming in, Chat. Looks like they've completely federalized the police force, Chat. They're more military or fascist military. I mean, not that they're, not that they're already fascist to begin with, but they become more of a military fascist organization, Chat. Completely controlled at the behest of the President of the United States. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and thank this person, chat. Watt Dog Like Go, thank you for the host and welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. Currently reviewing Escape from New York on my stream. It's been great so far. It's been good. So, all these prison buses are coming in, chat, and they're dropping off prisoners, and they just got a new fucking prisoner, chat. He's got a life sentence, and they're about to send him to the island, but they got to go through processing. Who's this guy, chat? Kurt goddamn Russell playing Snake Plissken, chat. We don't know this yet. We just know that he looks badass. This guy's been through a hell of a lot of shit, chat. He's got long fucking hair. He's got, this cool, just really worn brown leather jacket, chat. And his most defining feature, an eye patch. I got this eye patch. And he's using that fucking one eye to stare all these military fascist pigs down, chat. Because he ain't gonna fucking stand for it as they eventually take in the processing. And I tell you what, chat, pay attention. John Carpenter loves to like use little audio cues or background dialogue or just like little scenes kind of to establish his worlds. And when you first walk into the processing facility, chat, you over the loudspeakers, this is where you hear it's like, well, you know, that you have to follow the fucking orange line. Chat, follow the orange line. If you do not follow the orange line, we will shoot your ass. Okay, so you fucking stick to that line. Even the police, it's like you always follow this line because you might not be following the line, man. You might be one of them. You might be trying to help these goddamn prisoners. It's your ass, chat. They'll fucking shoot you and liquidate you. Don't do that. Follow the orange line. And while they're you know, escorting Snake Plissken down the orange line, chat, for processing, gonna fucking ID him, gonna take his picture and everything, chat, gonna read down his rap sheet. We hear over the loudspeakers. So you have two options while you're here. You can either go to the island and spend the rest of your life, what remains of it, forever, or we can liquidate you. And we'll burn your body. They say that over the loudspeakers, chat. And I'll tell you right now, most people, they go for the liquidation because they don't want to spend the rest of their lives, chat, on a dystopian wasteland that was once Manhattan. They're like, fuck that. That's what it is, sir, baby. Listen to directions or you die. Pretty much. Now, while this is all going on, chat, while Snake Plissken, he's getting processed, we cut to Lee Van Cleef, chat. You can already tell this guy looks like an asshole. He's got that look. He's got the, you know, the angel eyes, chat. He's just like Angel Eyes from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's got that squint. There's something about him, chat. Great casting, by the way, from John Carpenter to get Lee Van Cleef in here. Wish he was in more John Carpenter movies, chat. Brings a lot of personality to this character. But he just gets a message, apparently, from the comms station, chat, from their comms room, and they're saying that there's an unidentified plane in the secure area above New York City. And they're like, there should be no plane, okay? This zone is strictly off limits, okay, except to our own personnel and to our own planes and our own helicopters, chat. This aerospace is You're not supposed to be here, chat. So they're trying to hail this pilot, chat. And they manage to get the pilot on, and this lady just starts talking, down with the imperialism, down with the imperialist fascist pigs of the presidency of Donald Pleasance. And they're like, what the hell is this going on? It's just like, it's a hijacking of some sort. And they're like, okay, what the hell is this? And so they managed to identify the call name of the plane, chat. It has a code. Each plane now in this dystopian future has a specific code, chat. It's a code word, and that, if you're able to decipher the code word, tells you exactly what the plane is. And the plain code word on this thing, chat, is David 14. And I don't know what the fuck David 14 is, and they're running it through the guy. Okay, well, let's run it through our machines, see if it picks up anything, and let's go through all the, nothing at the state level, chat, so let's go to the federal level. They go to the federal level, chat. Boom, Air Force One. They go, holy shit, someone has hijacked the president's plane, chat. President Donald Pleasance. And it's like, that's not good. And it's like, we're going to have to, I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but if they're flying over the island, he might eject on it. He might eject on. We got to send a fucking search and rescue team immediately, but let's keep tracking them. And we cut to the cockpit, chat, where this one lady just lost her mind, apparently, or maybe it just was planned shit, maybe it's part of an organization, and she has slit the throats of all the pilots in there, chat, and she's locked herself in the cockpit while reading this manifesto off, talking about all the fascist and illegal actions of the United States, chat. One of the Secret Service members, chat, is pathetically trying to get in there. The cockpit, just hitting with the butt of his gun, but he's not doing any goddamn work, chat. He's barely even able to get in there. Eventually, he goes back, and we go to kind of like the main hub area, chat, where we see most of President Donald Pleasance's cabinet, chat, and he's saying, like, there's no way we're getting in here, and she's flying low, so probably what's going to happen, she's going to crash into one of the buildings in New York City, right above the maximum security prison. And at this point, Donald Pleasance is like, all right, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And the thing is, chat, like, this is not great. This is not great. He's supposed to be at a very specific place, chat. He's supposed to be in Hartford, Connecticut. He's not explaining why, but don't worry. Goddamn Lee Van Cleef's going to explain for us, chat, when he's fucking sends Snake Plissken over there. And so he fucking handcuffs this briefcase to his arm, chat, to his right arm. And he's like, you got to get me out of here. And so they're escorting him, and they put him in the little presidential pod, chat. It's like this little red egg. And he says, God be with you, gentlemen. I'll see you when I see you. And he's not going to see him. You ain't gonna see any of these fuckers again. And he gets in the fucking little pod, chat. But then we cut back to, and they're about to, beep, bop, boop. They put a tracking device on him, chat. Monitors his heartbeat, monitors his location, everything, chat. So they'll be able to, whoever be able to find him, they'll be able to find him, chat. Hopefully, Lee Van Cleef and company. And so we then cut back to Lee Van Cleef. Also, we cut outside the plane, too. We're seeing the plane, like, going right into New York City, chat, heading straight towards a building. So kind of getting like a 9/11 vibes here. But then we cut back to Lee Van Cleef and his people, and they're watching the plane's trajectory on the screen, chat, and the vector graphics, 1980s vector graphics, chat, which I absolutely love. And they're like, it's heading right for that fucking building, right at the southern portion of the island, chat. And you see it and go, boom! But right before it explodes, chat, the pod is ejected. But all of Donald Pleasant's presidential cabinet is killed. All the Secret Service members, they all die in impact. They're all dead. And they say, well, there's the pod. We see it seems to have crash landed in the southern region of Manhattan Island. And you're like, okay, let's fucking get over there immediately. So they pile into all their helicopters, chat. Lee Van Cleef, he's taking point. And they all, several helicopters, they all go over there, chat. And they land. And thankfully, they have the tracking system, chat, because they managed to decode Air Force One. And they have the authority now because the executive branch gave them access. And so they go on the island, chat, and they see the plane debris and everything. Everyone's dead. All the bodies are just exploding or on fire. Eventually, they find the presidential pod, chat, but they do not. President's not there. Looks like it's been forced open. And they're like, shit, where the hell did he go? And while this is all happening, chat, again, I love John Carpenter puts so much personality into his worlds. He doesn't get enough credit for it. You see this in The Thing. You see this especially in Big Trouble in Little China, but also probably more than any other film he's ever done, Escape from New York, where there's just fucking random people in the background just running around. Like people in rags or people in this makeshift, armor, chat, like in like football shoulder pads, of like clubs and shit, kind of like looking at the security guard, chat, the police force and everything. I just love that. You just see these random people running or just looking around and shit, and they're always in the background. It's very ominous and creepy. Very ominous. Chaotic, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. And so they go. The pod looks like it's been forced open, and they're like, okay, well, we got his tracker at the very least, and so they pop that open, chat. But before they can get it, he's like, okay, he's north of us. But before they can do anything, they hear, whoop, whoop, and they're like, what the fuck is this? And this guy, Warriors, exactly, Stranger Shoe, come out to play. And this guy who looks like he came straight out of a Mad Max movie, chat, like he just walked out of a George Miller film, or The Warriors, comes down the street, chat. He's going, just doing that to them, chat. Like, what the fuck is this? And he's just going up to them, chat. And this is the character of Romero, chat. He is the #1 man, chat, to the Duke, a #1. Of New York, chat. He's a representative of the Duke. He is his second in command, chat. He's #1, if you will. And he walks up to, Lee Van Cleef, to just strutting his stuff. He's got this ridiculous fucking hair, chat. That I don't know how you got fucking hair gel in this place. Apparently, they raided the store, chat. And he collected all the hair gel. It's mine. It's mine. All the hair products, all the Farrah Fawcett spray, chat. He has all of it. He has all of it. And he's just walking up to him, and he has these giant dark circles around his eyes. So he is on every illegal, illicit drug you can possibly imagine has been injected into this man. And he looks at Chet. He looks like he would be fit in any dystopian post-apocalyptic society. And he walks up to Lee Van Cleef, who's just fucking staring him down. And he says, we have your man. We got him. And the thing is, if you touch me, he dies. You don't leave here in 30 seconds, he dies. And they're like, how do you know? How do we know that you have him? And it's like, the Duke of New York, he has a gift for you. One gift. And he reaches behind him, Chad. He has this handkerchief, which is all bloodied. And he fucking unravels his, Chad. And it's the severed middle finger of Donald Pleasant, Chad. You know it's his finger because it has the presidential seal to the presidential ring. This little piggy squealed all the way home. And he starts counting down. 29, 28, 27. He's like, where's the president? He says, Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. 20 seconds. 19. 18. 7. Okay, let's fucking go. And Lee Van Cleef says, we got to get going. Because he's saying, what are your demands? He's not, and Romero, he's not saying anything, chat. So they all fucking pile into the helicopters and they go back to base. And so they know, apparently, someone called the Duke of New York, chat, the self-proclaimed king, or Duke, has President Donald Pleasance, and Lee Van Cleef's like, this is not a great situation. All of his advisors saying, like, listen, we have a tracking on him. You know, if we can just, if we just raid it now, and they're like, Lee Van Cleef is like, as soon as they fucking see us, they're gonna kill him. They have a way to communicate across the island better than we could ever possibly. They've been living there for fucking decades, okay? We don't know what kind of society they've built. I just love the mystery. Like, even though they're the wardens of this prison, they don't know what the fuck goes on in there. Because people have been living there for decades, and they set up their whole, like, way of life on there, chat. It's a whole new type of society. It's so fascinating to me. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, I got a guy. And then, chat, you know, Lee Van Cleef, he's sitting in his office, you know, very ornate, very fancy. You know, he's a decorated, before he became warden, he was a decorated member of the pre-dystopian police, police officers, you know, chat. Before, you know, he's now like the de facto leader of the fascist police force now. That's kind of what he has, but he was originally a cop and everything. You see all these medals in the background. I just love the attention to detail, Chad. So goddamn good. Didn't know New York had a Duke. Oh, it has an A #1 Duke summer, baby. An A #1. Oh, man. Gallagher's great over here, just winding down. Nice, man. Very, very nice. Glad you're having a relaxing evening. Let me continue to entertain and relax you. And so, chat, he's just, he opens up his desk, chat, and he takes out a fucking revolver. And he just starts loading this thing, and he just sets it in front of him. And the one guy who was like one of his assistants, chat, comes in and says, okay, he's here. And, sir, I think we should be in the room when you're talking with him. And he's very dangerous. And he goes, I know, I got it. And they're like, okay. And so they bring him in, chat, and we're introduced to Snake Plissken. And he fucking sits down. You know, and, you know, the fucking Lee Van Cleef is like, all right, I got your file right here. Snake Plissken. Or no, he calls him Mr. Plissken, and Snake's like, call me Snake. But, you know, fucking Lee Van Cleef, he doesn't call him Snake, Chow, keeps calling him Mr. Plissken. And he says, apparently, you're one of the youngest decorated soldiers in United States history. All sorts of medals were given to him, Chad. He was the youngest soldier ever to be decorated by the President of the United States. Fought against the Soviet Union, Chad, in the wars during the 1980s, during the hot wars of the 1980s, Chad. Fought in Leningrad, killed a whole bunch of commies, whole bunch of Ruskies, Chad. Got them all, and he was decorated for it. But something happened, Chad, you know, Snake Plissken, you know, as Lee Van Cleef's going over it, and then all of a sudden you went AWOL. You fell away from the grand old USA, and according to this rap sheet, we picked you up in Kansas City, I think it was, because Kansas City's mentioned that in a later movie. I think maybe it was Oklahoma. Apparently attempting to rob a bank, and that's what Snake Plissken's been doing, Chad, since like the late 1980s. He's a professional bank robber, and that's what they caught him during a job. There's actually deleted scenes early in the movie, chat, how it's supposed to open up. They're not great, though, so I see why they cut them. Where we see the failed heist of Snake Plissken and his crew. But it's not in the cut. It's for good reason, chat. It's not a great opening. So we got you here, and you have a life in prison. But I got a deal for you, Plissken. He goes, calls me Snake. And he goes, we have an asset on the island who is currently missing, and we want to send you in there to help us, or send you in there to grab him. So can you help us? And Snake's not saying a fucking word. And all he does, he takes one of Lee Van Cleef's cigarettes, fucking gets it, Chet, and he gets the goddamn match and scrapes it against his fucking desk and lights him up a cigarette. And he says, you know, for your generous actions to the United States of America, we will offer you this full pardon. And Snake's like, oh, shit. All right, well, I'll fucking take that pardon beforehand, and I'll go in there. It's like, no. You're going to go in and get the asset, then we give you the fucking pardon. He goes, okay, well, since I'm going there anyway, I accept your deal. Who the hell am I going after? He says, you're going after the President of the United States, Donald Pleasant. He goes, whoo-wee, can't wait. All right, he's like, good. Now we're all in agreement. We gotta prep you. We gotta give you the necessary things. And so then they go to their the weapons room, chat, where he gets this super cool submachine gun, this super giant silencer on it, chat. So every time he shoots, like no one hears it. It's like a whisper, and he has like a big old sight on it too. Gets all these like additional ammo packs, chat, fucking knives and shit. He is armed to the goddamn teeth. Also, chat gets a tracking beacon on his wrist. So if he goes ahead, puts that on, sets that off. It's a secret one too, so you have to open up, put in a specific code, and so they'll always be able to know where he is, chat. So he knows where he is, so they can come and get him when he knows they acquired the asset. And but there's one additional thing we gotta do for your Snake. And he goes, what do you need? He says, we gotta go ahead and get you your shots. He's like, I'm not a fucking dog, man. It's like, oh, it's very important. So they take him to the medical room, chat, with the doctor's right there, and Snake's like, I'm scared of needles. It's like, it's for a good reason. And so the doctor is like, okay, this is gonna sting a little bit. And he takes these huge fucking I don't know what they are, how to describe them, like nozzles, chat, these nozzles, put them against Snake's chest, and go, he's like, God, what the fuck was that? And the doctor looks over to Lee Van Cleef, because apparently the doctor didn't want to do this. And he says, okay, go ahead and tell him. And he's like, and Snake's like, what the fuck did you just do to me? And Lee Van Cleef says, so we've put microscopic bombs inside of your neck. Now, as soon as he hears that, Snake fucking grabs Lee Van Cleef, chat, and just begins choking the shit out of him. And the doctor's like, stop it. He's like, fuck yeah. And right before he's about to, the doctor's like, I'll blow him up. He's like, okay, I'll back off. And, Lee Van Cleef's like, listen, okay? Now, we can take the fucking bombs out. It's very easy. They're microscopic, all right? Now, they're not going to fucking all explode, but what it'll do, it'll burst the arteries in your neck, and I think you'll probably be dead in a couple seconds. Now, here's the thing. They are, there's advanced tech speak, all that shit. We can disable them, and it won't have any effect with an electrical shock. But we will only deactivate them once you bring us the asset, and it's very important that you bring him within 22 hours. And Snake's like, why? Apparently, chat, there's going to be peace negotiations between the United States, the Soviet Union, and China, chat, to end the hot war that they've been embroiled in for a good portion of a decade, chat. A lot of people have died, and they're meeting at Hartford, Connecticut, to basically, do the whole speeches, shake the hands, all that stuff, for the photographers, chat, for the press to make you all look like we're all buddy, that kind of thing. But it's important that he be there, okay? If he's not there, the negotiations can go incredibly sour. It could be another hot war, all right? So we need him. And, like, his value is only basically based on that negotiation if he's actually at that, chat. If the time's up, then he's basically fucking useless. Now, the people in New York, the Duke of New York, doesn't know this right now. So his value is it's waning depending on how much time they have left. And Snake's like, that's fucked up. He goes, it is fucked up, but them's the rules. That's the way it is in dystopian United States circa 1997, chat. The distant year of 1997. So, Steve, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you doing my review of Escape from New York. And it's like, all right, we're going to go ahead and send you over to New York. He's like, how are you going to send me over? And he's like, we're going to put you on the island via a fucking glider. Not a goblin glider, chat. Like Norman's there. Norman fucking, the Green Goblin's going to fucking put Snake on there. That's the reveal, chat. That's the cameo. It's like, no. They're going to put him like a glider, basically. And they say, listen, don't you fucking fly that thing to Canada or anything. Don't go over keep going north or something. We're going to put you on the World Trade Center, chat. And that's going to be your trajectory, your path. You're going to program that in the computer, and it should take you there. And so they load him up in that fucking plane, and they blast him off, chat. And the thing is, they put him on the World Trade Center, chat, because that's where they conduct a lot of their stealth operations. It's very high up, so he's probably not going to be spotted, chat, due to the very dense fog. And there'll be some additional resources there at the top of the World Trade Center. And so he flies up there. Snake says, fuck that, manual, or, that automated shit. He overrides the system, takes manual control, and he manages to land the World Trade Center. Almost fucking falls off of it, and goddamn Lee Van Cleef is like, Snake. They're in constant communication via walkie-talkie. And Snake's like, I got it. And, he gets off the fucking thing. He goes over to the elevator chat, which is still working, by the way. The security wardens chat, they make sure that elevator's in operation, because it takes a long fucking time to go down. Actually, I think it only goes down the 90th floor, so you have to, fucking walk all the way. Thing is, chat, Snake's on a timetable. It's like he's got only 21 hours left before those micro bombs explode in his neck and kill him. So he's got to keep going. He's got to get moving and grooving. And so he goes down the entirety of the World Trade Center chat, and he's like, okay, I'm going to make my way to the plane, kind of where you guys were, and then kind of, see what I can find, and see if I can see anyone or meet anyone or talk with anyone who has some more information. He still has a tracker chat, but he doesn't want to get bamboozled, doesn't want to get caught in a trap. And so he goes to the plane wreckage. He's observing chat, sees all the burning bodies of the former cabinet. Not only does he see the burning bodies, chat, he sees people eating the burnt meat. That's what I love about this world, chat, because Lee Van Cleef, before he leaves, he warns him. Now, we don't know what the kind of society they have there, all right? We've heard different things. Yeah, you have the warring bands of people, the criminals that have been there for, 10 years. But we have had people. It's also, chat, it's a unisex prison. You can be a man or a woman or whatever. They're going to send you there no matter what. Okay? And women on the island are all treated like property. All treated like fucking livestock, chat. So there's you don't see any children, but it's implied that children have grown up in this facility. This is where they've always lived. This is all they've known, is this dystopian society. And that's even lucky if you grow up, chat, because sometimes they just use you for food. Because there's this whole subterranean civilization I love this, in the sewer systems of New York, chat. And they're some of the most dangerous, they're the fucking mole people of New York. And they come up occasionally, chat, when they run out of food or babies or children to eat. Like they have their own breeding stock. It is fucked up, like the stuff they come up with in this film, chat. So Lee Van Cleef is like, don't go in the sewer system. Don't make use of that, because that's fucking done. Don't go to these certain sections, because certain tribes or townships or whatever communities are more aggressive than others. So we've charted your path, but it's not always going to go according to plan, chat. Now he's going to go according to plan. And so he observes these people just looting the bodies of the presidential candidate that's still on fire, eating them. Goes to presidential pod chat, but he's still tracking. He's still tracking the president on the tracker that he has, the wrist. And as he's going along, chat, he realizes that it looks like the president is being held in this former theater, chat. This former theater, and maybe he's in the basement somewhere. So he goes in there, chat, and again, the place, there's just bodies all over the place. People are looting people. Are they dead? Who fucking knows? But he walks in there, chat, and he sees a live performance, chat. And it's like, there's a movie going on? And you just see these people just sitting in the audience just looking like this. Just staring into nothing, chat. We see this live performance. People are dressed in drag. You have the saddest band in the world just playing their instruments. It's like, oh my God, this is so sad and pathetic. And he's like, Jesus. But there's one audience member, chat. There's one audience member who's having a fucking ball of a time. Having a great time, chat. Got goddamn Cabby, chat, played by, was it Ernest Borgnine? Hold on, let me get his name correctly, chat. I want to make sure I get this man's name correct. Ernest Borgnine as Cabby. And he's just like, woo, he's having a great time, chat. He's lived in New York. He's worked in New York for 30 goddamn years. Been driving the same cab for 30 years, chat. And he always comes to this show, even though it's kind of a dangerous neighborhood. And he's the first one that recognizes, he's like, is that Snake? Snake Plissken? Oh, boy, didn't think I'd ever see him. Hey, Snake, how you doing? Snake's like, shut up, man. I'm here to find someone. He's like, oh, no problem, man. You're a goddamn war hero. I thought you were dead. He's like, you heard wrong. Like, everyone thinks Snake has died. He's not died. Lee Van Cleef said he thought he died. Ernest Borgnine thought he died. Everyone who he runs into thinks he has died. Nah, man. No, the events of his death were exaggerated, chat. And so he's going deeper into the bowels of the theater, chat, starts going in the basement. These fucking sad people just staring at their little makeshift fire shed. Like, all the life out of their eyes is just sucked out. And he's going deeper and deeper and deeper in, chat. He sees these group of guys who are basically gang raping this woman. And he's just like, Snake is very apathetic. But you can tell that he's bothered by that. Like, life has been really hard for him. I think he's went through so much trauma, and he's so disenfranchised from the government that he used to work for that a lot of that has just hurt him. He's just like, fuck the world. That's his whole idea. It's just like, his philosophy is, fuck the world and fuck you. Just don't fuck with me. That's what it is. That's his philosophy, chat. When you see these three guys who are basically raping this woman, And he continues down this hallway. He comes across this this one old man, and he goes, "Oh, how you doing, buddy? Oh, that weapon. Oh, boy, that weapon sure is shiny. Hate for someone to take it from you." And these two guys tried to jump him, and Snake just stabs the shit out of them. He just fucking, right? They got those goddamn knives shit. And the guy's like, "Oh, fucking shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry." It's like, if you've seen someone come through here, he's got a fucking, like, bracelet around. He's a bracelet? Oh, there was a guy who was a really fancy bracelet down here, man. Just don't hurt me, man. Just don't fucking hurt me. And Snake just punches the shit out of him. And he goes down the hallway, chat, where he comes across what looks like, oh my God, it's the president, chat. And this one guy is just jerking it on this other guy, chat, while he's just hitting him. He's just jerking and punching, chat, just punch, jerk, punch, jerk. And Snake just fucking punches that guy, gets him off him, and he's like, "Mr. President." Except it's not the president, chat. It's just some homeless guy. It's just some guy who's like, "I am the president. They told me if I put this on my wrist, I'm the president." And Snake's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." And he fucking smashes the tracker on the guy's wrist, and the guys at the prison warden complex after, like, the fucking thing just went dead, like all his vitals just went offline. They go, "Oh shit!" And the signers say, "Well, it might have just been banged. He might have been just knocked off or something. He could be fine." And Snake, to assure everyone, he calls up and he says, "Yeah, the goddamn tracker, it wasn't on Donald Pleasance. It's on. They put it on some other guy, probably to throw us off." And they go, "Fuck." And he's like, "All right, well, you got to pull me out of here, man. I'm not going to be able to find him. He'll be dead in a few hours." And Lee Van Cleef's like, "No, man, you have to fucking find him. We're not taking you out of there, okay? You have to serve a prison sentence." He's like, "Fuck you, Lee Van Cleef. Fuck you, Mr. Pliskin. Call me Snake." And he's like, "God damn it. Now I have to find out where the hell he is," and he has no idea. He has absolutely no clue. And so he gets out of the theater, chat, and he just goes back to the presidential pot. I just love it. In the background, you see all these people, all of a sudden, chat, like these regular people just kind of walking around. They all stop, they freeze, and they all fucking scatter. They just immediately scatter, chat. And Snake's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he's like looking, chat, and suddenly all the manhole covers, chat, just start opening. And this one guy's like comes out like, and he's just looking around, chat, and he's like, huh, and he starts banging. He starts banging on a street light, just like Doug, just like the from Doug, chat. He starts banging on all the other manholes, chat, just like looking around. And then all the other manhole covers just start bursting open. All these fucking people start pouring out. And Snake's like, "The fuck is this?" And he gets up, and he's watching them, chat. They're kind of keeping a good distance from Snake because they see his weapon, chat. But, they're all like, they're like, "Oh, geez," they want to take a bite out of Kurt Russell, chat. That's what's going on. And he sneaks into, looks like a fucking abandoned shop, chat, where he sees this girl who's just like there with him. She kind of freaks him out. He's like, pulls the gun on her, and she's like, "Hey, take it easy there, cowboy. Take it easy." And he goes, "All right." And, he's like, "All right, you seem okay." Apparently, chat, this lady is a lady of the night, chat. She is a lady of the night. And, Snake's like, "Oh, you're doing tricks on the street." She goes, "Well, I wasn't originally. I mean, I went out after dark, and now I'm owned by this goddamn criminal organization or something. And so now I have to stay here all goddamn night and see everyone comes in and, make them, have them, show them a good time. But with these goddamn sewer people can't do that." And he's like, "So who the hell are these guys?" And she's like, "Oh, those people, they only come out after they've run out of food and babies to eat. Yeah, they can grab you and drag you back into the sewer." And she's like looking at him, and she's like, "You look familiar." And he goes, I got that kind of face." She says, "Nah, you're fucking Snake Plissken. I thought you died." It's like, "You heard wrong. I'm alive. I'm still here." And, she's like, "Well, wait a minute. Are you a prisoner here?" He says, "Not exactly." He's like, "Oh, so are you working for the man?" He's like, "I'm trying to find somebody." And it's like, "That plane that went down, did you see it?" She goes, "I didn't see nothing, man." He's asking her, it's like, "Okay, well, who's in charge around here? Who's in charge?" He says, "Oh, it's the Duke. It's the Duke, man, the Duke of New York." He's like, "The Duke? Who the hell's the Duke of New York?" And she's all up on him and saying, like, "Hey, if you got a way out of here, I mean, you can take me. I can show you a real good time. If you can just take me off this fucking place, you just do that for me, Snake." And all of a sudden, chat, the fucking sewer people start attacking the building because they hear them in there. They heard all the hot, sweaty sex that was just about to occur. And the lady's like, "Oh, shit." And she's like stepping, chat, and she steps like in a wrong place. And through the fucking floorboards underneath the shop, chat, the sewer people drag her under. And Spike, he tries to help her. She's like, "No, no." And he's just like, "Shit." And he tries to grab her, chat, and she's just gone. She's just taken, and they ate her. They fucking ate her. And he's like, shit. And so now all the super people are coming up from the fuck. It's like a zombie film. Like, I just love it. It's like you're introduced to, oh, it's this new character. Is this going to be a sidekick? Is this going to be the love interest? She's like, no, she's fucking dead like that. It's like, oh my God. Defied my expectations. And so all the super people start like surrounding the building chat. They start, bursting in, and he's like, shit. And so he's making his way upstairs. He's making his way upstairs, trying to avoid them all, using the stairwells, but they're all crawling after him and everything. Eventually he gets up there, chat, but they're like almost at him. He just fucking, he goes out a window, chat, to the fire escape, but one guy almost grabs him, chat. He turns around, boom, he's blasts him, fucking shoots his arm off like RoboCop style. He's like, ah! It's like a stub. It's this bloody stump. It's amazing. Just someone's blood and viscera just hits the screen. Hot, sweaty sex attracts mole people. It's true, Darkslayer. It's true. And so then, thank you for the biddies, by the way. So then he goes down the fucking fire escape, chat, but oh my God, all the super people know. It's like, smells like fresh meat. How sweet. And they're all after him, chat. They're all chasing out. He just fucking running down the alleyway. But all of a sudden, chat, this cab just pulls up right at the entrance of the alleyway. And we ran to the alleyway, and Snake's just running. Cabby, Ernest Borgnine says, get in, Snake, get in. I'm sure you shouldn't be in this neighborhood, man. It's way too dangerous, especially after dark. And Snake, he just fucking jumps in the cab. And Cabby's like, listen, Snake, I've been driving this cab for the past 30 years. Been in New York City for 30 years all my life. Practically lived here all my life. And it's like, you shouldn't be here. I was here for that. He just won't shut the fuck up. And while he's all doing this, chat, he's like preparing a Molotov cocktail. Snake's like, what the fuck? And it's just like so nonchalant about it, so nonchalant. He's like, here, this usually works. And he fucking sticks his head out this little moonroof he made for himself and throws the Molotov cocktail to more people, and they all burst in fucking flames. Like, ah! They're all, and they start eating each other. They're literally eating each other while they're burning alive. It's so fucked up. Justice for the mole people. No, they got burned alive, man. Did not work out. Devin, Escape from New York is like a survival horror. It really is. It really is. It's such a great film, chat. We're only like in the first half hour so far. That's why I love this film, chat. That's why I highly recommend it. If you have not, insta food, it's very much insta food. Hey, man, and the apocalypse, you gotta eat. You gotta eat. So true. Jimmy Lee Curtis. Oh, I forgot to mention that, Steve. You're right. So, in the beginning, chat, there's narration. And Jamie Lee Curtis does the opening narration where, in 1988, crime rose to 400%, all that. That was Jamie Lee Curtis, chat, who she worked with Carpenter for, of course, Halloween. Also in The Fog, chat. She was also in The Fog. Another John Carpenter movie. So thank you for mentioning that, Steve. Appreciate you. That's why I love to have you guys here, chat. Get to put some of those tidbits in or some of those fun facts that I might miss. Thank you. And so Cabby, he's telling us like, oh, geez, I'm glad I picked you up. I was just in time to see that show. And usually I wouldn't be here, but that show is just so goddamn good. And Snake's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Ernest Borgnine. He's like, thank you for saving me and all, but I'm trying to find this guy, the Duke. The Duke of New York. I mean, that's the big cheese here. He's the guy that knows everything and everyone. If something big is going down, he'll probably know. And Snake's like, you gotta take me to him. And Ernest Borgnine's like, take it to him. Listen, man, you don't fuck with the Duke. The Duke fucks with you. I love that. You don't fuck with the Duke. The Duke fucks with you. And he's the fucking Snake's like, I'm gonna fuck with the goddamn Duke. And he pulls the gun on his Borgnine. He's like, you're gonna fucking take me. You're gonna take me to the people that at least know him and get me to see him. He's like, okay, Jesus, I'll take you, Snake. You don't have to be so mean to me. I'm the comic relief. Why would you want to kill me? And so he fucking he takes the cab, chat, to the Museum of Natural History in New York, chat, which has just become a fucking hovel. And he parks the cab, chat. He goes up there and he's like, all right, I gotta do the secret code. And he fucking just slams his fucking shoe on the door. And he's like, all right, you take it easy now. The person we're gonna talk to is the Brain. The Duke loves the Brain. He's like the smartest guy here. That's why they call him the Brain, Snake. He's planning a big escape. Boy, he's gonna be the biggest escape you can imagine. He's like, the biggest escape? What are you talking about? So he'll explain it. I mean, he might get his girl in there. His girl might get a good look at her. And, someone comes to the door and she's like, who is it? And he says, it's me. And it's like, who's me? It's me, fucking Cabby. Come on. And he opens the door, chat. And we're introduced to the character is Maggie, chat, Adrienne Barbeau, who was featured in several Carpenter films, probably best remembered for The Fog, chat. Also here is Maggie. And John Carpenter, He freely admitted that he loved curves. He loved curves and he loved bazungas, Chad. He was all about the bazungas. And he put Adrienne Barbeau, every movie that she was ever in with him, he always put her in an outfit that showed off the bazungas, Chad. And right here, it shows off every fucking curve that Adrienne Barbeau has, Chad. Because her bazunga's front and fucking center. And Snake's like, I like this. And the bazungas. And she's like, who the hell is this guy? He's like, this is Snake Plissken. Snake Plissken, I thought he was dead. He's like, you heard wrong. And they go inside. And, you know, Cabby's filling the backstory on Maggie. He's like, oh, Maggie, she loves the brain. And, you know, the Duke, he loves brain. And he loved brain so much, he gave Maggie to him. It's like, Jesus Christ, they're just, chat, literally, women are property in this movie. It's so fucked up. That's why you would not want to be a woman and sent to this prison, chat. Oh, God. You're used, pretty much, chat, you're either used for sex, for breeding, or for food. It's not great. It's not great. But thankfully, it seems the brain treats Maggie right, chat. Seems looks like she has some affection for him, as we'll see in the movie. That's the romance of the film, chat. Snake doesn't get a love interest, chat, but fucking the brain does. And, you know, Maggie and Cabby, they go into, like, kind of the main hall, chat, one of the big studies of the Natural Museum of History. And who's fucking sitting in this armchair, chat? Henry D. Stanton. Henry Dean Stanton, chat. Who, of course, probably best known, chat, for appearing in Alien at this time, plays the character Brett. You know, sure, that guy. You know, best friends with Yaphet Kotto's Parker, chat, but he plays the character the Brain. And the thing is, though, chat, as soon as the Brain and Snake Plissken lock eyes, instant recognition. They know each other. And fucking Brain's like, Snake? He thought I was dead. I know. He's like, how you doing, Harold? He's like, don't call me Harold. He's like, I'll call you whatever the fuck I want to call you. He just walks up to him, chat, puts his goddamn foot on his chest and says, you fucking left me to die in Kansas City during that big job. He says, I told you, if you guys were late, I wasn't going to be there to pick you up. Now take your goddamn boot off. And Maggie, chat, she pulls out a fucking shiv out of it. She's about to stab the shit out of Snake. You don't mess with her, man. You don't mess with her big brain. You don't mess with Harry Dean Stanton, chat. Absolutely not. And Snake's like, all right. This is so fucking funny. So apparently, you know who the Duke is. Like, yeah, I know who the Duke is, okay? And Snake's like, you gotta introduce me to him. He's like, I ain't introducing you to him, okay? He's got this big fucking plan that we're gonna pull off. We're gonna march the goddamn president of the United States over the Queensboro Bridge, and he's gonna get everyone in this prison out. All gonna get amnesty. That's how we're fucking doing. The Snake's like, you don't fucking know. Don't know what? You don't know the fucking bridge has been layered of mines. Oh, I've been working on that, Snake. I've been working on that all my life, ever since I was sent here. I know each and every single mine is on the Queensboro Bridge. That's why the Duke and I have been working with each other on this one. Snake's like, okay. So, do you know that president of yours, he doesn't have a lot of value in a couple hours? What are you talking about? And Snake's like, well, I can tell you so much, man. But in less than, he looks at his watch, like 15 hours, he ain't going to be worth shit. And you and the Duke and everyone else in here, you and Maggie, no, none of you are leaving. None of you are leaving. And fucking, you know, Harry Dean Stanton's just like, nah, you're fucking lying. But Maggie's just like, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he knows something. Why would they send him here? That's the thing she asked. Why would they send him here? You know, and Harry's like, well, he didn't want to rescue the president. It's like, it's more than that. You know, why is he just being so fucking honest? And at this point, you know, Snake says, I got something for you. I have a way out of here. I got a fucking glider and get us, all of us. I can get you out of here, Brain, and get you and your main squeeze out of here, too. Cabby's like, can I come? Can I come, please? Does anyone want to take care of Cabby? No one's take care of Cabby, chat. And Brain's just like, will you tell me where this glider is? And Snake's like, nah, I'll show you where the glider is. I'll show you where the glider is. I'm not going to just tell you. And as soon as I show you, you're going to take me to see the goddamn Duke. He's like, okay. All right, fine. Or no, he said, take me to the Duke first, and I'll show you the glider. And he's like, all right, sure. Okay, we could do it that way. And so they all exit the museum, chat. They're all walking down the stairs. But then, oh, my God, what did they see on the horizon, chat? The entourage of the Duke, of the goddamn Duke, chat. And I love this, too. This car, this Cadillac, chat, has chandeliers as headlights, chat. Just waving right now in front. So you know when the Duke is a coming, chat. He is New York's #1 guy. And this cabbie sees this, he's like, oh, Jesus Christ, you don't fuck with the Duke fucks with you. And so for 1 minute, Chad, he's like right next to Snake and everybody, and the next minute, he's down the fucking block, already driving away, like, Cabbie, you asshole. He just takes off, Chad. It's amazing. So impractical. That's why they have it, because it's so impractical. And at this point, Maggie and Braden, they're kind of panicked about this, and they take cover along of Snake. Because they're like, oh shit, we don't want to fuck with the Duke because the Duke fucks with you. And the Duke parks his car outside the Natural History Museum, Chad. He gets out. Romero's with him too. That guy. And he's going up there to see the brain, Chad, wants to speak with him. But at this point, Harry Dean Stanton, he realizes, like, oh, okay, this is actually great. This is perfect because now that he's over here, we can go to where I know the president's being kept. And Snake's like, perfect. Okay, let's get in the goddamn car. And so they take one of the Duke's car ship out of his entourage. They fucking stab the shit out of the driver, and then they just take off. The thing is, though, Chet, the Duke is not far behind them. Or it's like, well, he's only going to be there for a few minutes, they know. He's going to head back the same path that he came, Chet, because in New York City, these paths need to be planned out carefully because there's all different communities and gangs and societies that have taken over, Chet. And in order to get there fast enough to rescue the president and then get to the World Trade Center, they got to beat the Duke before he gets back there. And so Brain's like, all right, we got to go down Broadway. And Meg is like, the fuck, we're going to go down Broadway. And Spike's like, what's wrong with Broadway? He's like, yeah, it's a shortcut. He's like, that's good enough for me. And so right when they're going down Broadway, chat, we see all these severed fucking heads on bikes. It's like, that's not good. That's not good. This is someone's territory. And they just start driving down Adrian Barbeau. That's right. She was married to John Carpenter. That's cool. But they eventually divorced. I know that. Thank you, sir, maybe, for the information. And so they're driving down the road, chat, and they see all these guys. They just start immediately throwing rocks at them, throwing bricks at them, bottles, chat. And it's like, okay, but then the crowds get more and more massive, chat. They're actively trying to get inside the car, and Brain, Harry DC's like getting grabbed, they're almost pulling him. He's like, Maggie, they're almost pulling him out, chat. But she's like, she's like stabbing people with shivs. She's got like double shiv hands. She's like, step, doing all that. Spike's just shooting people off the hood of the car who are trying to get inside. Eventually, he's like, hold on. They burst through this massive car wall, chat. And the people, they don't chase after them because they know what their territory is, Chad. They're left alone. As long as you don't go in their territory, they won't fuck with you. So they stay there. And so eventually, they park the car a little while ways, and apparently they're keeping the president at the subway, kind of the outside station of the subway in New York. And so, Snake's like, okay, you go and talk to them, distract them, and I'm going to infiltrate and grab Donald Pleasant. Like, cool. So Brain goes over there. He starts talking shop chat, saying, oh, we're here to meet the Duke. And the Duke says, the Duke was going there to meet you. And he's like, well, he told me to come here. He's like, I didn't get that word from the Duke about that. So while they're going back and forth, chat, Snake infiltrates one of the cars, chat, where they're holding Donald Pleasance a hostage. He kills one of the guards, chat, just fucking chokes him out. One guy, he has a crossbow, fires one off, hits Snake in the knee. Ooh, hits him in the goddamn knee, chat. But he manages to throw, he does the fucking knife throw to the head, chat. He does it twice. Not only does he do it in Escape from New York, also does it in Big Trouble in Little China. Throws in the guy's head, chat, dead instantly. And Donald Pleasance's like, oh my God, shitting and pissing all over himself. And he's like, who are you? He's like, you don't know who I am? The one person who would actually want to know who I am, he doesn't know. He's like, I'm here to rescue your fat ass. And he's getting him out of the bonds. He's like, okay, I'll go with you. And as soon as they're out of the fucking car, though, chat, you hear them. They hear the whoop. And the goddamn Romero and the Duke are there, Chad, and they get a hold of fucking Snake Plissken and the president. And, the Duke, he was played by, of course, Chad, Isaac Hayes. The Duke is played by Isaac Hayes, who does such a great goddamn job. Perfect post-apocalyptic warlord performance, Chad. He absolutely fucking nails it. And he goes, he goes up to Snake. He's like, who the hell are you, motherfucker? And he's like, I'm Snake Plissken. And he's like, I thought you were, you thought I was dead. I know. Well, it's like, we're going to take the president to my abode, and we're going to put you into a gladiatorial combat. And also, Brain, I'm pissed off at you, Brain. You trying to bamboozle? I'm just trying to bamboozle you, Duke. That's the last thing we do. I know that you don't fuck with the Duke. The Duke fucks with you. Goddamn right. But and the brain's just like, just don't kill Spike. Or not Spike, Jesus. Don't kill Snake. And eventually, we cut back and forth to Lee Van Cleef and his people, and the time is just starting to run out, Chad. It's cutting down. They haven't heard from Snake in a good long while. He dropped the walkie-talkie, Chad. It was destroyed when he was running away from the sewer mole people. And so they have not heard from him in a while, and they're like, we might have to go in there and just raid the place and see if we can get a hold of him. And he's like, hold off, he might still be able to do it. Eventually, though, chat, it's hours later. It's like 5 hours until, you know, they have to do before Snake's fucking neck explodes. Shaft, yep, did the score for Shaft, chat, won an Oscar for it. And so eventually Snake, he comes to, and we see Kurt Russell without his shirt off, chat. We see a little snake tattoo. A little cobra on his tummy. A little cobra tattoo on his tummy, chat. Oh, it's like his little happy trail. It's like his little tattoo happy trail. And he's getting up. He managed to bandage his leg, and all these fucking people, chat, all in this like garb, and it's all tattered and things, and like football equipment and all everything, because they don't have like natural armor, chat, or they're wielding trash can lids, and they have baseball bats with like knives or nails in them, all guarded. They got like 10 people on Snake Plissken, and he fucking says something, go, oh, they're all scared of him, chat. Of course they would be. Eventually, though, we cut back to the Duke, chat, who has Snake's weapon, and he looks like he's just taking pot shots going. I love it, chat, because we hear the pot shots when Snake looks up because something woke me up. You hear the bang, yay, bang, yay, and eventually we see it's the Duke just taking pot shots at something. He's using Snake's gun to aim and everything. And eventually, like, the brain comes over. He sits over. He looks over to what the Duke is shooting at. And it's Donald Pleasant, who they've strung up. They've crucified him. He's not dead. He's not, like, has nails in his hands or anything. But he's just, like, up there. And he's just like, oh, God. And the Duke's just shooting around him and everything, just kind of to scare him. And he's like, what am I, Mr. President? And he goes, I know, I'm the Duke of New York. And he shoots him. He's like, you're the Duke of New York. This didn't sound authentic to me. Can you say it again? Can you say it again with more feeling? You're the Duke #1, the Duke of New York. He's like, goddamn right, #1, the Duke of New York, #1. Say it, fat boy. You're the Duke of New York, #1. Let's give him a round of fucking applause. Oh yeah, he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Very much so. Very much so. And Brain comes down. It's like, see, you're having fun. Listen, I just want to let you know that just don't kill Snake, okay? He still could be of some value. There's a reason why they sent him. I think that, the value of the president, it might be up in a few hours. I think there's supposed to be like a big thing because they don't know what's happening on the outside. Well, Chet, they have no fucking idea. They just took opportunity to do this. And he's like, I think we maybe should listen to him. He goes, Brain, I don't give a shit what you're thinking or what this Snake guy is. He's going to be a gladiator now, okay? That's going to be his goddamn job. What you need to do is you need to make sure these fucking landmines are all figured out, okay? Because we're going to go over the Queensboro Bridge later tonight, okay? Later tonight, I'm going to march everyone across New York City, everyone who's been loyal to me. We're going to march across there with a fucking fat president there, Donald Pleasance. Okay? And I don't want to hear another thing from you. Make sure these landmines are plotted out so we don't blow ourselves up, okay? Shut the fuck up, take your big boob girl, and get out of my sight. And he's like, oh, shit. And the Brain and Maggie, chat, they go back to their abode. And at this point, Brain's like, you know what? Fuck this whole thing. We know that Snake got here somehow. He's trying to figure it out with Maggie, too. And he realizes, like, he was in some type of glider, they say. He's like, it had to be either, because not Central Park, because he had to make a landing, and it had to be up high. He realizes, like, what's the highest building? The World Trade Center. So he's like, shit, that's where he is. It's the World Trade Center. So him and Maggie just take off, chat. They're just about to get the fuck out of there. Like, yeah, let's go. And they're like, yeah. And the romantic couple, chat, about to escape. And eventually, we cut back to Snake, and he has been summoned by the Duke of New York. And he's... Also, one other thing, chat, while Isaac Hayes, while the Duke of New York was shooting at Donald Pleasant, opens the briefcase on his wrist and all the papers fall out, where they pick up a recording. It's a very important recording, chat. It's a prepared speech. Like, if he's not going to be able to get there to the peace agreements between the Soviet Union and China and Hartford, Connecticut, chat, at least he has that. So it's very important that he has that, chat. And... the fucking Romero, he sends out his boys in Central Park, typically where they pick up the medical supplies and food, and they're like calling down the helicopters like, hey, and they radio Lee Van Cleef, and they say, it looks like they're trying to wave us down. Lee Van Cleef's like, be careful, and they land, and when all those guys take off. Also, there's a funny scene when they're all going, yeah, come down, and all the extras, chat, who are doing the scene, they all take off, except for one woman who's just like, yeah, and she didn't know that we're all gonna move, and they fucking tackle this woman out of the shot because she wasn't moving fast enough. Fucking hilarious. The Booty Killer, welcome to stream, and Yatsuba fan, good to see you. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you both. They take off anyway. They go down there and they see the president's briefcase, chat, and the whole thing. It's like, well, they fucking have him. This isn't good. And it's like, shit, well, we're gonna have to plan this raid now. Looks like Snake is probably dead. Looks like he's probably dead. Eventually, we cut back to the Duke of New York's abode, chat, where he's pretty much set up the main area for like gladiatorial combat, chat. So anyone who's loyal to him can come and they can bet things and just watch people beat the shit out of each other, chat. And Snake, he's put into the ring, and he's introduced to his main fighter, chat, his combatant, Slag, which is such a great dystopian post-apocalyptic name, chat, Slag. And it's this huge guy who's about, 7 feet fucking tall, big, burly, hairy, chat, huge mustache, just hangs all the way down from like his chin, like down to here, chat. It's awesome. Slag, they're like, Slag. They're all cheering for Slag's like, yes, I am Slag. Everyone's happy. Eventually, the Duke, he comes out. He's like, all right, quiet down, motherfuckers, quiet down. And he says, listen, I decided to give you a little entertainment, a little bit of exhibition before I lead all your asses out of New York. They're like, yay, the Duke of New York. They all cheer his name and shit. Slag's like, yeah, everyone's happy, chat. And so I thought, what better way to do that than killing the man? There's Snake Plissken, fucking all-American war hero, patriot, hot red-blooded American. Go on, Slag, go ahead and fucking bounce him around a little bit. And so they give Snake Plissken a bat and Slag a bat, chat. And we get basically a lightsaber battle, but with a baseball bat. And they're just bashing each other. Snake's getting the shit kicked out of him, chat, because Slag's just so big. And every time, Snake goes for him, I mean, he's got, Slag's got so much fucking meat and fat on him, it barely even affects him. But thankfully, Snake does have stamina, chat. We also cut back to, eventually, we cut back to Harry Dean Stanton and Maggie, and they're making their way up to the World Trade Center, chat, where they're hopefully going to find the glider. Then eventually we cut back to Snake and Slag, and they've upgraded their weapons. So now their baseball bats have knives and nails in them, and they've been giving trash can lids as shields, chat. And so they're just banging on each other, also making sure not to get hit by the nails and everything. And Slag, he's just like trying just to bash him, but Snake, he's a slippery one, chat. He's crafty, he's sneaky. And, he just says, fuck it. Instead of just trying to, match Slag for strength, he just basically takes the bat, chat, and boom, gets him in the balls, chat. Balls, the peen, chat, penetrated by nails and knives. He goes, oh, and he rips that out, chat, rips out all the meat, and he hits him from behind, chat, and boom, and just caves in the back of his skull, and fucking Lord Slag, the gladiatorial combatant, chat, is defeated. Everyone's like, Snake! It's like, forget Slag. We're all about Snake now. Snake's like, I hate all you people. You people suck. And the Duke is, he's like, I didn't expect that. I messed one detail up. They're not, so, Harry Dean Stanton and Maggie are not at the World Trade Center yet. Well, actually, what they do is they go back to the abode of the Duke, because they want to get the president, chat, because that's going to be there. Because if they're just flying out of the thing, they'll be shot down. But they need the president, so they go back to the Duke's office where Romero is, chat. And Brain's just like, hey, Romero, I was told to check on the president. Romero's like, I wasn't told that. And he's like, no. The thing is, the Duke, what we believe is the president might try to kill himself. We believe there's cyanide capsules in his clothing. They could be stitched in his clothing. And I got to check on this, man. It's very important. He just goes in, chat, and Maggie, she kind of stands in the background. Well, he goes up there. Romero's just like, this doesn't sound right. This wasn't cleared with me. And while, the Brain is like looking over Donald Pleasance, Romero's just like, you're not supposed to be in here, Brain. Get out. And Maggie pulls out a fucking gun, chat, and she shoots all these guys. And Ramon's like, holy shit. And the Brain takes this big old shiv and just shivs the shit out of Romero, chat. And Romero goes, and he dies. Eventually, they escape with Donald Pleasance, and that's when they go to the World Trade Center. That's how it happens, chat. That's what happens. Eventually, we cut back to, and one of the guards sees the Brain leaving the president. He goes, that looks weird. And then we cut back to gladiatorial combat chat. Snake is victorious against Slag. He's really fucked up. But then the one guard comes in. He goes, "Hey, everybody, the fucking Brain just took the president. They're going to try to escape." And the Duke's like, "After that, motherfucker." And they all go after him, chat. And they just leave Snake in the middle of the ring just going, "Oh, my God." But Snake, he realizes that one of the guards from earlier, like, stole his little wristband where it's his own tracker, chat, to let people know that he's still alive. And he beats the shit out of that guard, chat, chops his hand off, and he activates the bracelet. And that pops on. It's like about an hour and a half left on the timer. And Lee Van Cleef and his boys were like, "Oh, fucking Snake's still alive." And they're like, "Oh, maybe someone else took it." He's like, nah. He would know how to put in how would anyone know how to put in the code? That can't be random. Snake is still alive. And it's like, okay, shit. So now it's like not a lot of time left, Chad. Basically 90 minutes left for all this shit to go down. You got to get the president. You got to get the hell out of there. Make sure the fucking bombs in your neck don't fucking explode. It's bad. Eventually, we see Brain, Mag, and the president. They get on top of the World Trade Center, chat, but scavengers have torn the plane apart, and they've pushed it over. So the plane's no longer an option. At this point, they go, shit, and they're making their way back down the World Trade Center, chat. And who's fucking, they meet in the middle, chat? Snake Plissken's like, "I cubbed you, motherfuckers. First of all, fuck you for leaving me to die. You could have saved me, too. You could have waited for me." And at this point, he takes down Blenn's like, "He's coming with me. He's coming with me." And Brain's like, "You take us with you, Snake." He's like, "I ain't taking you with me." He's like, "But I'm the only one who knows the way off the Queensboro Bridge. That's your biggest thing that you could possibly do at this point. That's all you can fucking do. You're not going to be able to escape at all. I know the landmines." He goes, "Shit, fine, you can come with me." And Brain's like, see, Maggie, you got to trust in me. I got you. They all go down the stairs. And because Brain says, "I have a car." He came in a car, and they find the car looks like a piece of shit, and they're all piling in the car, chat, but the car's not starting. It's like, shit. Spike's like, he gets up, opens the fucking hood, and there's a guy with a crossbow right in his face. And then we hear him, chat. He's like, "Snake Plissken, you crafty motherfucker." And he's like, "Oh, the Duke of New York. Listen, man. Listen. You gotta bet," and just starts shooting at. He just starts shooting at the Duke, check. Snake's like, he's done with talking at this point. "We gotta get the fuck out of here. I have bombs inside of me." And they steal. Oh no, Cabby shows up. Cabby's right there. He's been gone for a good portion of the movie. And Snake's like, "Move over, Cabby." And he piles in, and they're heading towards the Queensboro Bridge. But at this point, a lot of the Duke's men, they've all been shot to shit, chat, by Snake. And the Duke's like, "All right, fuck everyone else. I'm going to try to just get out of here myself." And so he's following, because he knows if they get past, because he knows that Brain has all the mines laid out. And him and his boys might not know without that. So he's going to follow them, chat, and match their movements as they're going over the Queensboro Bridge. But Snake is just going so fast at this point. And Brain's telling him, like, "You got to slow down. I have to tell you the instructions." But Snake's not barely even listening. And even Cabby, where's Brody? He's like, Snake, you're going too fast. You're going to give me a heart attack." And they're weaving in between all these people, chat, all this trash and piled up cars. Snake is just running people over left and right. Just boom. There's so many bounces at this point, chat. Duke's hitting them too. If fucking Snake didn't kill him, the Duke will finish them off. Getting hit by a car twice. Eventually, though, while Brain is telling him, no, go this way, Snake hits a landmine, chat, and it severs the cab in two. Thankfully, the Brain and Maggie, they're okay. They get out of their half, chat. They were in the back, and Snake, he's getting out of the second, the front. But Ernest Borgnine, chat, Cabby, he has died, chat. He has so much shrapnel has been embedded in his body and face that he just dies. It's too bad for Cabby, chat. He came in there with the big, like, "I'm going to help you guys out of there" with the cab. Ends up getting killed, chat. And Snake's like, "God damn it, Cabby. I tried." He did tell you to slow down, Snake. And eventually he meets up with Maggie and Brain, and they're just on foot at this point. They're just on foot. And Brain's like, no, we got to go this way. And then he notices that Maggie and Snake are going right. He's like, no, go left, where I'm going. And then boom! And he steps on a goddamn landmine, chat. Just blows his legs out from under. His legs blow up, chat. He's thrust into the air, lands on top of a car. And he's dead instantly. Maggie's she stops. You actually tell she actually did love him because, Brain treated her not like a piece of property, chat. They did love each other. And she's just looking at him just in complete fucking shock at this. Oh, Don Pleasant also, he's fine. He's good. He's following them as well. And Snake's like, Maggie, you gotta come with me. You gotta get going. She's like, just give me your gun. Just give me your gun. He's like, shit, okay, here. He's like, he gives her the gun, chat. And she aims at Isaac Hayes, who's still coming in the car, chat. Still coming in the Duke mobile. She's shooting out the chandeliers and everything, shooting into the windshield. And she doesn't hit him, chat. You listen, what I always tell you, chat, you don't fuck with the Duke. The Duke fucks with you. And he's going like 80 miles per hour. Boom, hits her, chat. Hits her. She just fucking explodes. I mean, he hits her so hard. Her bottom half is completely eviscerated, chat. Just blood, intestines all over the place. Like, I'm not joking. It's a grisly fucking death. It's grisly fucking death. He gets out. We look at Maggie, and she's like, shit. And he's just limping. He's just limping towards Donald Pleasence and Kurt Russell. Eventually, we see over the wall where they spot Donald Pleasence, they spot Snake, and they're putting down this kind of makeshift jury rig system. So it's like this swing, so it's able to lift you up, chat. And Snake, he gets Donald Pleasence up there, lifts him up, and they lift him up, and it's like literally like a minute 30 left on the thing, chat, like a minute 27. He's like, shit, and they get Donald Pleasence up there. And he's like, shit, come on, give it back to me. And then the Duke just fucking tackles him, chat. And then him and the Duke are just fucking punching each other, chat, just kicking each other, slicing each other with knives and everything. Eventually, the Snake just manages to get him off him, and he gets in the harness, chat, and he lifts it up. But then the harness is stopped, chat, by who? By Donald Pleasence. So fucking Snake is just hanging in the midair going, what the fuck, dude? And Donald Pleasence, he grabs a submachine gun, got a assault rifle for one of the soldiers, and he just lays into Isaac Hayes, chat. He just lays into the Duke of New York. He's like, yeah, the Duke of New York, hey, #1. I just love it. Just losing his goddamn mind as he's just plugging Isaac Hayes of more and more hot molten lead. And eventually they lift Snake up there, chat. They lift him back down the other side of the wall. He's just like, get the fucking things out of me. Get the fucking. There's like literally 10 seconds left. And the medical guy from earlier, chat, the doctor, he comes over, has the little shocky pads go, and he goes, and he checks the watch, chat. It's like down to like 2 seconds, 1 second, 0. And he go, I'm okay. And he's fine, Chet. He's fine. He lived, Chet. They got it just in the nick of time. Everyone breathes easy. And Snake's like, this was fucking hard. And we cut like maybe a couple minutes later, Chet. And Donald Pleasence, he's not going to be able to get to Hartford, Connecticut for the peace summit, Chet, for the peace agreements. But he will be able to talk with them, where he is, from where he is, Chet. Goddamn future 1997 Skype technology. And they're getting him all dolled up for this interview, chat, covering up the bruises and the marks and things and the severed finger. Oh, that's so he can present this speech and talk to his counterparts, chat, from China and the goddamn Ruskies and everyone else around the world. But Snake, he walks up to him, and everyone's like, no, you can't go see the president. And Donald Pleasence's like, no, it's totally fine. No, please. And he sees Snake, and he says, listen, you saved my life. Thank you. Whatever you need, just name it. Just name it. I'll make sure you have it. And Snake's like, I just want a few minutes of your time. And the president's like, okay, as they're fucking shaving him and doing all sorts of things. He's just like, a lot of people died to get you here tonight. Make sure that you were alive. I just wanted to ask you how you felt about that. And Donald Pleasence is just like, yeah, those people, their country will remember their sacrifice. Like, couldn't give a shit less. And he's like, I'm going to be on TV in like a couple minutes, so, see you later. and Snake's just like, that's what I thought. Fucking throws a cigarette on the ground. While this is all going on, he goes up to Lee Van Cleef, and Lee Van Cleef is like, so you're going to kill me now, Snake? And he's like, I'm too tired. I'm way too fucking tired. I can't do it. And then Lee Van Cleef's like offering Snake a job. He's like, listen, Snake, you pulled off some crazy shit in there. You went above my expectations, and I could tell you're a good man. I could use you. I can use you. It's just like, I know you can. That's why I'm not going to take it. And he fucking walks off, chat. And Donald Pleasence, he's getting this big old speech for that tape recorder, which is so super important. And fucking Snake knew. Snake knew it was important, chat. And he held on to that fucking tape and gave it back to Donald Pleasence just before he went on the air. And, Donald Pleasence is like, apologies to my counterparts and to the citizens of the world. I will not be able to join you, but I do have a message of peace of peace that will begin these talks and set the world right. And I've had this speech here that I think means a lot to me and all of my fellow Americans and citizens of this world. And he plays the tape, chat. And what doesn't come on is a very big patriotic inspired speech. Instead, it's a song from Bandstand Boogie, which was one of the cassette tapes in fucking Cabby's cab. And we see Snake just walking away with the real tape, chat. The tape's just supposed to promote peace around the world. And he's just unraveling that shit and throwing it on the ground and stomping on as he walks away smoking a cigarette, chat. That's what he fucking does. And that, my friends, is Escape from New York. Number one. Chat, I love this movie. I absolutely love this film. It's one of Carpenter's best works. It's in my top 25 films of all time, my third favorite Carpenter film. It's perfect. If you just want to watch a movie to see like 80s dystopian sci-fi action, this is the ticket, man. This is one of the best films out there for that. Kurt Russell gives an amazing performance. A performance that at the time he never gave before. Again, he was the Disney guy. Mecca Howard Stern, they go 100 biddies. Excellent retelling. Thank you, Mecca Howard Stern. Thank you so much, 100 biddies. Devin, high full price. I mean, for myself, it's kind of, I'm in between like a high full price and Better Than Sex, honestly. I'm going to give it Better Than Sex. This is a Better Than Sex film. Absolutely adored this film. Highly recommend checking it out, chat. I'll be posting my commentary and full reaction to this probably on Thursday on my Patreon. So if you're a tier 2 subscriber, chat, that's a $5 subscriber, you can listen to my, oh my God, she exploded reactions. She's being eaten alive. All that shit. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Summer Baby. Follow your heart. Thank you, Summer Baby. Thank you, DeCarlox. Thank you, Chris Ayers, Corbin. No, thank you, guys. Yeah, this was a fun one. Not bad, 2 hours. 1 hour 55. It was a long review, though, chat, but I knew it would be. Kurt was the computer who wore the tennis shoes before the 80s. That's true. But there you go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take a brief break. Going to refill my beverage. In the meantime, chat, please entertain yourselves amongst yourselves, and I will come black. I will come back. Now, I'm not going to become black, chat. I'm not going to be any blackface. I'm going to come back and play Spider-Man Miles Morales. Stick around, chat. Stick around.